right, it looks like I'm live. I'm going to go over to YouTube so I can see things the way you guys see them. Give me just a second. And it's moving at its usual snail's pace. Come on. Internet. All right, my channel. And this live stream. Oh, there's the odds again. This live stream. Oh, there's the odds. And mute. All right. Hi, Darla. This live stream. Did we get it muted? Come on. And mute. All right. There we go. It's finally muted. Yay. Maybe it's working. Hi, Mary. How are you? Where'd my notebook go? Where's my notebook? Where would I be? I have already lost it 8 million times today. There it is. Oops. Sometimes I feel like my notebook deliberately hides from me. I think that it's sometimes being a little difficult. Whoa. Hi, Candy. How are you? Carla. Donna. Kat. Nicole. Hello, how are all you ladies tonight? Welcome, welcome. You all come to watch me try and stumble through my project. I have to go over and notify just a couple of people that I'm live. Give me just a second. I shall return, I promise. You're just dandy. I like it, I like it. Over here, come on. I want to create a room. I don't know how to do anything on here now that they changed Facebook and they made me change my page. All right, I'm gonna let you guys talk to yourself for just a second while I figure out how to do this. I think I might have figured it out. I might have got this. I don't know. That was not it. All right. I can't talk and type at the same time. Okay. One. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, come on. /21/2020 at PM Pacific. All right, Mary's already there, and I need to get Miss Carla. There she is. Last one, and then I shall be over there, and I will be able to see what you're seeing. I was thinking around thinking I had another half an hour. All right. Separating napkins. I know, right? They make me want a glue book so much. What did you get in the mail today, Miss Sharon? And welcome, by the way. Oh my, Nicole. Nicole might be a little racy tonight. I don't know. All right. So, if you guys will, Halloween glue books are the new crack. I started watching Nicole's this morning, and then it was my bedtime. I only got up just a little while ago. So I have to go back. I'm a little bit behind on her videos because it's near the end of the paper dyeing cycle for this upcoming kit on Monday. And so I'm a little behind on my video watching. But I saw that she had how-tos or walkthroughs on how she made her Halloween glue books, and I'm going to have to watch that. I must watch it. They're supposed. Okay, I got very confused for a second. I thought maybe I was talking to myself. It wouldn't be the only time. Okay, so we're working on these folios, or more specifically, we're working on this folio at the moment. This is the one that I did backwards. It's supposed to go like this, but as you can see, if you go like this, it's upside down. Fantastic. So, to that end, it is backwards. It is effectively backwards. No to drugs. Oh, Carla, you're funny. That's just creepy, cat. That's just look at myself in the mirror. That's super, super creepy. You were not on live? I did not see a message if you're talking to me. Because I was trying to notify people that I was live, because some people don't get notifications anymore. Apparently they don't do their email notifications anymore, and that's screwing some people up. Hey Renee, how are you? Oh, I did see that you said guess what I got in the mail today. I'm gonna guess it's a package of goodies, but I don't know everything. So we need to make some tags. We need to work on finishing up this thing, which I actually think I might want to be bigger because my pockets are ginormous. So maybe we'll make a second one. Renee, I didn't know you were having surgery, girl. What on earth? I work for Rocket Salmon Conference. That's right. Staff meeting. You're funny, Sharon. You're falling apart. Are they sewing you back together one piece at a time, hon? What happened? Okay. So yeah. So we're gonna work on this thing, and I think I might finally be able to get this belly band going on. I still haven't quite decided what I want to do here. I think maybe I just want to cut a nice piece to go here that will serve as so that it's, I don't necessarily like this side of the envelope, the way that looks. So I might just put something over it, put a little one of those half circle things and stuck something in there. Yeah. Yay, you got your papers. How do you like them? Did you get your journal? Is everything okay? And then something here too. This is the one that's throwing me. I'm really just not quite sure if I want to glue that down and put something there or what I want to do there. Okay, good. And was the journal packaged up well enough? I was really worried about those. Normally I mail them in a box, but you know, I was trying some new things, getting outside my comfort zone, that sort of thing. Okay, so I have some papers to choose from for making this little notey book thing. So we'll do one of these. And that's for the signature on the other side. That's for the signature on the other side. Do 2 of those. 2 of these. A couple of those. Yes, I believe those are Sharon's first Amy papers unless somebody sent her Happy Mails. Oh boy, that sounds painful, Renee. That sounds, my feet are like curling up in horror. Whoa, we don't wanna. It sounds painful. It sounds very painful. All right, let me see if I can find something that's got a little pattern on it for the second one of those. Oh, that's no good, Darla. All right. Let's see. All right. Actually, I may only need one piece of all of these because of how wide the notebook is. I can use both sides of the sheet of paper. I can just cut them in half. Oh, yes. Let's definitely use one of those and one of those. Okay. So here's let me move this out of the way, even though I want it to be here. All right. Because I don't want to get anything on it. Oh, rubber bands. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Carla, surgeons love their gravy train. I'm not sure what to call it. I think it's like a folio. Hold on, and I'll kind of explain how this came around. I'm just checking the messages to see that I got everything. Okay. So, I watched Brooke's channel a while. It's like 3 or 4 creepy babies ago. She did a Christmas folio video in 2 parts, which she had based off of something she saw on Joie's channel. And she called it a flippy, flappy, envelopey thing. So this part is like a folio, yes. She did, both of them did like slash pockets over here. It was like you could put 3 or 4 things in it. And I never have liked that kind of pocket, so I did different pockets. Theirs were made out of book pages, and I always, for my personal aesthetic, I don't like the bulk that makes in a journal with just the pocket alone. So I did, and plus I wanted to use these images out of this fairies book. So I made different pockets. Like Brooke riffed on Joie, and now I'm riffing on both of them with my own thing. But what Brooke did in hers was she flipped it over here. She hinged on another piece that opened this way. So let's pretend this one goes over here. But it was just one piece. So it would open like that. And then put a journal inside there so that you could have like a fun kind of folio thing up here. And there's supposed to be a pocket in here too. So then you would have like a secret journal on the back. She put in a little signature and everything. So I haven't got that far yet, which I probably should have already done that considering that I've decorated some of this. But I'm going to add that on the back. And I'm actually working on 3 of them, even though it's taken me 900 years because of all the dyeing. Oh, he falls over, then he hobbles. That's so poor dog. Oh, hi JD, how are you? So that's more or less what I'm doing. You know, I'm probably failing in my own special way, but that's where I was going with this. But I didn't want to do a Christmas one because it is too soon for Christmas. Too soon. Too soon, I tell you. So I need to grab my cutter from down here. Chihuahua. Darla's got a cute little chihuahua. Darla, you weren't jumping up and down on the furniture, were you, Renee? Oh, my goodness. So with the purple paper, because it's on steno paper, I'm going to assume that that line is roughly halfway through the paper. So I'm just going to cut it right there. And if it's not, nope, it's sure not. One side is slightly bigger. That's okay. It's for a journaling thing. You're not going to be able to see them in a row anyway. But we are going to... We're going to need to fold them in half, so. Okay, so we're going to need to trim this booklet down just a little bit too. For these size papers that I have, that is what I'm talking about. Yeah, there are some dog breeds that are really great mousers. I know everybody says cats, but I hear actually dogs are actually, you know, smaller breed dogs, I hear they're really good at it. So we need to trim this down just a smidge too. All right, so. Dorinda, how are you? My goodness. Welcome, welcome. It's lovely to have you today. Or any day for that matter. Not just today. She likes to chase the bunnies out of my yard. Oh, that's cute. Dogs are so stinking cute. Oh, that's still going to need to be just a smidge thinner than that. So. Ooh. This one is being, that blade is dull already. I'm going to have to see if I can do the aluminum foil trick on it later. Like one of you told me to. If you have a garden, bunnies will eat all your garden stuffs. It's probably not a bad thing the dog chases the bunnies away. I came home and the bunnies ran into another yard. Robin, hello. I hope you're recovering nicely. I do. Now I see why she did that thing with the, why she made it so weird. I'll have to make one like the original because these are super short. You're not sure if they love you or the chair? They love you. You know they love you. That's how doggies are. They just love you to death. They just have to be under your feet all the time. That's how doggies are. Just saying. All right, so let's cut a piece of this off. Then we'll cut it in half. Whoops. Oh, I made the whole thing go away. What'd I do? I can't see anything but my home, but my, like, there we go. Your ice and ibuprofen. Make sure you put some food in there too, or the ibuprofen will upset your tummy. Yeah, I think that, yeah, no talking is a good thing, even though it's hard to do. I get it. Time for a hot toddy with some lemon and whiskey. All right, so just, all right, let's see now how this is doing. Okay. Okay. How was that on the way? Oh, well, that was actually pretty good on the way. So we'll cut the holes off. All right, Candy, we'll get some good rest. I know rest is very important. I get it. I love my sleep. I'm not going to lie to you. Love my sleep. Let's fold one directly in half. Always glad to have you, but we want you to get all the rest you need as well. Can't have you falling out while you're in the stream. That would be bad. Okay, so a little bit, just slightly more than that. I've never made anything like this, so this first one is obviously a test for my abilities. And then I'll be able to do the other ones better. That's why I haven't really worked on the other ones, because I'm like, clearly I don't know what I'm doing. It's been a long time since I made anything. I mostly just dye the papers now. And I gotta tell you, it's good to get back in the swing of things. So right there, that one. I have a couple of journals in my head that I have like the whole idea of how it should look, and I have almost all the things for it. I'm super excited to get that done. Just saying. All right, let's see, where does that go? So right there. Uh-oh. Well, dehydration, headache, healed by having some water. I know that's advice that, you're like, I know, but it's easy to forget. I get dehydrated sometimes. I don't think about, like, it just gets away from you. So let's see about making a little bit of glued on Franken papers here. What do I want to add out of the bits and pieces? Hold the phone. Looking through the bits and pieces that, the leftover pieces. What do I want to do? So here I want to need this to be the same width. Okay. So yeah, your vocal cords, it's like being in the dark. If you spend too much time in the dark, your eyesight starts to go because your eyes need the light to work properly. If you don't use your voice, your vocal cords actually, I think this is correct, but I might be wrong. I think they actually start to atrophy, and it'll make your voice all scratchy, which is an interesting thing to have happen, right? All right, so let's see if this is going to work. Yup. All right, let me put a little glue on there. Edge of this. Low magnesium. I've never heard that, but I don't doubt that you know what you're talking about. Talk to yourself, darling. Make the rest of us feel like weirdos. I talk to myself all the time. My else came by the other night and I was talking away to myself. She's like, who are you talking to? I'm like, just me. A whole when I'm packing orders, I talk to myself because it makes me forget less like what I'm supposed to be doing. Because that does happen. So I talk myself through the process. And I talk to myself even more when I'm alone. I admit it. I'm that weirdo. But even living where there's my corner. Hold on, I'm just trying to grab my corner rounder. Not trying to upset the whole universe, but corner rounding needs to happen. Glue stuck to my fingers. I know. I feel self-conscious when I'm talking to myself on a video. Because when I talk to myself, like when I'm just in the room and I'm like packing orders and stuff, I don't, what do I want to say here? It's like, oh, come on, don't be stupid. It's a little bit negative, almost. And I can't really do that on the videos. I mean, I suppose I could, but let's be honest. Do I want to? No, because I won't write over the top of that. We'll use that on something else. I'm looking for the other one of the. I have already misplaced something. Oh, I made that crooked. I made that really crooked. Where's the other one of these? I made two of those now. Lost one. Oh, there it is. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So I don't know if any of you saw yesterday's video. It was a live. It was kind of long. But we're getting near we're not to the conclusion. I am still dyeing things. Well, that's what I was going to say. I live with my son, and he always had headphones on, or he was at work, And so I got into the habit, and, he used to make fun of me but he talked to himself too. So I don't know where the making fun of part came from, but I suppose any opportunity to make fun of your parents, right? Because parents are weird. Just saying. What did I just do with my corn around her? I swear to you, if my head was not attached. All right? No negative. I do. I'm very negative in myself. And I say it out loud too. But for whatever reason, when I'm on a video, I catch myself not talking because everything that's going on in my head is things that I wouldn't say out loud in front of other people, I guess. So maybe it's a good thing to do videos. I like this just the way they are because I like the effect there. And these are close enough. And all right, so let's see what we do now. So of course, we're going to open with tea dyed. Let's appear as normal as possible at the beginning of this. Uh-oh, that may need to know. We'll see. Okay. Aligned. What else do we want here? We need one of these. So I didn't glue this all the way down. I left it like this so that I could have a little secret kind of journaling spot under there if I wanted to. I know that's a little weird, but all right, so let's do that. And then we'll start back over at this. Orange. Orangey McOrange orange. I just had a thought. I'm not even sure where my needle is. I may have to go borrow a needle from Al's. Okay, and we'll put this one going the other way so that the green is to the very back. All right, so there we have our little inserty thing. And it's going to go in here. So it'll be just a little notebooky thing right there. I think I might want to ink the edges, though. What do you guys think? Inked edges? Darla. Hey, oh gosh, do I have it written down? Carla, your concrete butterfly, are you Carla? I know we've been having a little bit of buffering issues here. I don't see it on my end, but it'll buffer a little bit for other people. Hopefully it won't be too bad today. It was happening the other day with L's, and it was ridiculous. I wrote it down wrong. It's Carrie, Kari. All right, you're right. I wrote it down wrong. I may not have had glasses on when I read it. It might have looked like Carla. Carrie, Kari. I will get it right eventually. All right, got it. You're Carrie. I may actually remember that now after making a mistake. That's sad, isn't it? How do you remember somebody's name? Totally flub it. Now I had... Hold on, I might be able to try out my new thing that I got yesterday. Because Els took me to Michael's to get some paper pads. Well, specifically for a paper pad, and I came back with 2. But I found these, and I'd never seen them in the archival inks. So I have vintage photo, ground espresso, black soot, and hickory smoke. How awesome is that? So I'm not a big vintage photo fan, so we're not going to use that. But for the journal we're making, I think we're going to go with the black soot, actually. It's so cute. It's a little baby thing. Coffee time for Robin. Is coffee okay for your throat? I don't know why I'm asking like it's any of my fucking business. Now the question is, do I want to line the inside of this with something like a book page, or do I want to put something on the inside? And Carrie's like, coffee's good. Yes, I'll take some coffee. I have seriously been considering, oh my God, do you know what I had yesterday? I had a Monster energy drink. Be scared. Be very scared. Just saying. It's so white on the inside. Do I want to add something to that? Ooh, Sharon, did you like this color that I made? Did you like this, I can talk. I can. The papyrus color, the brownie yellow color. What did you think of that? If you hated it, I want to know. I need to know. Inquiring minds need to know. Loved it, hated it, meh. I won't be offended. I'm trying to figure out if it's worth. It's one of the mid-month mini colors coming up, and I don't want to make a whole small packet of goodies out of it if people are like, meh, it's not my favorite color. Because I'm really liking it, but, you know, they're my babies, essentially, so of course I'm going to like them. Who are we kidding? What did I just do with the rest of that? Oh, no. I made it go away again. Just makes Oscar more chill. I've learned something new. Ooh, Carla likes the shimmery brown. Maybe that'll put an end to the poo jokes. What do you think? End of the poo jokes? Probably not. There's probably still going to be poo jokes. Now I've lost the whole thing. Oh, there it is. Okay, hold on. I want to cut off this side. Because I don't want that wavy edge on there. And, of course, it's grid paper. Ooh. Oh, phooey. All right, scissored it is. Scissors. Because this is not agreeing with me. Piece grid paper has lines. I probably should turn on the overhead light, but I didn't. Be afraid, I'm cutting with scissors. This is worse than running with scissors for me. Who can't cut a straight line to save their life? It's me! I was fine until I said that, and then, well, I won't need, I hate this. I don't know where the other blade went. Dorinda, I don't feel so bad then. Other people are going, we can't cut a straight line either. Don't feel bad. Right. The sad thing is this is grid paper. There's a line I can follow. And I still managed to cut it crooked. Fabulous, Amy. You've got fabulous skills. Okay. Now. I can't talk and cut this at the same time, apparently. outside of my skill set, man. I feel like I'm in kindergarten again. Try and cut the straight line. Try and cut the straight line. Okay. And it's still cooking. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh, good Lord. Can you cut a straight line? No, I can't. Yes, that really happened. Why follow a line? Boring. I don't know. Because at the end of this, I want people to look at it and go, hey, that's kind of cute. Not, oh my God, what happened? Just saying. All right, so we decided we're going to ink all of these. Oh boy. So I couldn't live with the white. I'm going to confess right now, I just could not live with the white. I'm going to glue down a little background here. My computer making all kinds of weird noise at me. Let's cut a second piece because this isn't quite long enough. I'm attempting it with scissors again. We're living dangerously over here. So I was talking about I got way off track. So, I'm going to have the kit to show on the Monday, because it's the only Monday ever. It's the Monday. So I'm going to have the kit to show on Monday. Ink the top before you stick it up there. It's handmade. It doesn't have to be perfect. Is that what we tell ourselves? It's handmade. Who cares? Well, I know anything handmade. It's going to be a little wonky, a little flawed. That's the joy of handmade. All the imperfections are part of what makes it, an awesome-tastic thing. So I'm going to have, some examples, to show of all of the kit items, and I'll be able to show one like all done up. But I think I'm going to have not quite everything all the way dyed by Monday. And some of that, the stuff that happened in the garage with the leaky, I'm still a little bit behind from that. And the grandkids have been here 3 of the 4 weekends. And that they're wonderful human beings, but it does slow down the process, unfortunately. And Amy, where'd you put your glue? There's your glue. I'm gluing all over something over here. Oh, great. Yeah, unfortunately, it does slow down the process a little bit. But, so I'll show the kits on Monday. You'll receive your bills over this weekend. Anybody who's already signed up and is going to get it. Like I said, you don't have to feel obligated to pay. It's still going to be the case of whoever pays first gets mailed first, which is why the Patreon gets sent first, because theirs gets paid at the beginning of the month for the kit. The kits are actually going to go in the mail between Wednesday and Friday of this coming week. So we'll have the sale on Monday, the pre-sale, before it goes into Etsy. I always give you guys a chance to get a jump on my Etsy. Oh, and Dorinda's got a phone call. I probably put on way more glue than I needed to. Let's smoothie that around and get it all where we want it. But they will actually start going in the mail on Wednesday. Like the first ones will probably be done on Tuesday, some point, and go into the mail. Like I'll schedule a pickup on Wednesday. Ooh, this was a bad idea. Okay, we need something to glue onto. Here, we'll use this thing. It's glossy. So I just want everybody to be aware. And the other thing that I announced yesterday, if this is a repeat for you, I'm sorry, is that less glue, Amy, less glue. what am I saying? It is turning into a burgundy eggplant. We're going to call it burgundy eggplant mashup. But I'm going to be real honest. There's less burgundy in this kit than there is eggplant. I do not know what happened to this dye, or if it's just insubordinate and it's like, we want to be eggplant instead of burgundy. We're not having none of that burgundy shenanigans. So it is mostly going to be the eggplant with hints of burgundy, apparently. That's how the paper wants to be this time. It's a little bit of a diva. It's asserting its own personal nature. So I hope that it will work in your guys' projects and stuff, because it's apparently a very willful batch of paper. They're not having any of my burgundy bullshit. They're all for doing their own thing. Where'd my bone folder go? Mocha latte. I did have a monster yesterday. It was a loco mocha, something like that. I don't have them very often because they do weird things to my heart. But I was feeling really, really low energy yesterday. And I didn't want to take another B12 because, too much of a good thing is not a good thing. All right. All right. So there, we lined that stuff. Ugh. And so, I just wanted to let everybody know the kits will be going out between Wednesday and Friday. And if you pay over the weekend or before Wednesday, obviously, they'll go out faster. But because I'm not mailing them out starting Monday and Tuesday, which is normal, and even some on Sunday, the last time I mailed a couple out on Sunday, I just wanted to, so that if you get your invoice over the weekend and you want to wait till Wednesday to pay it, that's fine. Right. That's how it works for me, Carrie. I do the same thing. I'm like, I don't really like the way any of them taste, but sometimes I'm just dragging ass and I'm like, well, that seems like a good idea. And then I do it and I'm like, that was not a good idea. What were you thinking, crazy lady? Because I'm not a whippersnapper anymore. I'm an older lady now, right? And my body went, oh, that was a bad idea. I did get a lot done, though, but my heart was like, why did you do that to us? And I was like, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Ginseng, really? I have not tried ginseng. I'm a fan of the B12, but, I don't like to take the super-de-duper-de one very often. Because it's not good to rely on, other things. There's glue in my scoreboard now. All right, so let's glue. I know this isn't exciting to watch me ink edges, but I'm sorry. So I hope you guys are okay with that. It's paper with attitude. It's assertive. But yeah, I wanted to let you guys know all that so that if you wanted to adjust, because the invoices are set to go automatically. So those will come rolling in over the weekend. So depending on how you feel about it, you can go ahead and pay them, or you can wait until Wednesday. It is all good. Or, whenever you would normally pay it. I know some people don't pay till the 3rd because of how their income works. That is okay. But I don't want you to pay over the weekend and be like, it's going to go out on Monday, and then, get disappointed. I like to keep it all up front and honest whenever I can. Three of them makes me bouncy energy. So do you take ginseng like as a tablet form, or how do you like? How are you imbibing with that? Are you taking a? Is it a powder that you put in a drink, or? Tell me what to do, Carla. Tell me what to do. If I realized I was going to want this inked, I would have done it ahead of time. Sometimes, just sometimes. Capsules, they are Siberia. Okay. Well, I will have to check that out. I like anything that's going to add to my energy but not make me super spazzy. I didn't round the corners on this one. Gotta have the corners rounded. I do take a multivitamin, I do, because, you know, I'm older. You got to do that. I've actually taken one for years, if I'm honest. Sometimes I go periods where I don't. But that's usually because I'm depressed, and I don't do anything when I'm depressed, including take vitamins. Welcome back, Robin. You got your coffee? Having a good, imbibing on the good coffee over there. I'm seriously thinking it might be okay for my health if I were to go back to having a little bit of coffee instead of soda. If I just gave up soda altogether, because, you know, coffee at least only has the amount of sugar I add to it, and at least I know it's like real sugar. Whereas soda has high fructose corn syrup in it, and I cannot control that. Any of the ingredients. Because I find that I know a lady, I worked with one of the managers at Talbot's, and she hadn't had any coffee or anything in years and years and years, and she had so much energy. I don't know how she did it, like with all she drank was water. That was it. And she was one of the most energetic, and she wasn't young. She was older than me by a smidge. She was already into her 50s when I was working there a few years ago. And she had so much energy. It was amazing. It's like, I don't know, like, because she said she used to, you know, all coffee all the time and all the things that most of us think of as things we do. And just had the most amount of energy. And she's like, I just quit, you know. She said it was really hard for her to quit. But after she quit for a while, like, she just found she had more energy naturally. And I'm like, I wonder how, you know, I was trying to quiz her on it. She couldn't really remember, like, how long after before she got just her natural level of energy back. But I was like, damn. I don't think I have a natural level of energy, you know. I think I'm naturally a low energy kind of person. Like, all the things I love to do are very sedate things, you know. I'm never going to go rock climbing or run a marathon. That's just never going to happen. I think I've said before, I could be being chased by a serial killer. Like, it'd be like out at Camp Crystal Lake. I'm not running. I'm going to hope he gets it in one whack with the axe, because I do not want to run. I could totally be serial killer, because It's not in my genetic makeup to be a runner. I'm not even really a skipper, you know. Skipping takes a lot of energy. It looks so fun, but like yoga, it's deceptively difficult. I try the 80-10-10 diet. What is that? I am clearly not up on what's going on in the world. Because I don't want to engage in anything that whatever I do, it just needs to be a lifestyle change, however lame that is. Because temporary fixes, you just eventually gain it back. But if I can make a lifestyle change that I can actually live with, then yippee. I missed the other side of this. I like the ones that you get to the bottom of the cup and they're like, you've been poisoned. I'm like, that's legit. Okay. Should I get the inside of this one? So I was excited this week. I'm hoping this is a good time for Etsy business. I actually, I hadn't had any orders on Etsy in like a month and a half. And even outside of the sale on last Saturday, it's the first time I've had sales. And some of them were from some of my older customer base, my original customer base, and some were new people. And it's always exciting to see both of those. But I actually did get some Etsy orders in my shop. So I'm hoping that's a good sign for the upcoming fall and winter is when I actually get most of my sales. My summer is slow. But that's like industry-wide. It's not just my personal Etsy sales. Because people are, spending more money on vacations and the kids are home from school and all that. And COVID's really thrown everything for a loop on trying to guess what business is going to be like. And I even know on here, like, there's just so many sales. I don't know how anybody keeps up with all of it. Cat, can I annoy you enough to knock my fluffy butt into 2021? Carla, you don't want next week. You want next year. Can we just skip all of this? All of it? Jump straight to next year. I think everybody's like eye-rolly worth of over 2020. Like, what now? We just get past all this BS. I can't remember what year I thought was like the worst year ever. And I'm like, well, obviously that was not the case. There are worse years to be had. I've had some good things happen, don't get me wrong. But overall, the flavor of this year, sucktacular. I try and keep a focus on the positive things, the things I can control. But 2020's kind of been like a giant shit show. I'm just running around going, but there's this. This is a good thing. This is good. Are we losing? Good night, Nicole. Thanks for coming in and visiting with us. Sorry if it wasn't too exciting for you. I didn't realize I was going to want to ink these edges, or I would have done it ahead of time. But I don't want to put it in the book and then have to try and edge them while they're in the book. That sucks. I picked up the poop emoji and ran with that damn thing. Right? Well, it's certainly done wonders for my underwear picture collection. I swear to God. Is that like the new dick pic? I don't get it. And all these guys, they want your phone number so fast. And I'm like, I don't want to give it out. Like, we're in double digits on underwear pics here. I don't want to give any of you my phone number. And I get it, you know. I see a lot of profiles where their guys get regularly catfished by people scamming for money, but they want you to. They're so quick to hand over their phone number, and they don't think about the potential for harassment. Like, I can totally block you on a chat app, even one with like voice messaging capabilities, or you know. There are several where you can do Hangouts has you could do face-to-face calls. I don't need to give you my phone number to have a conversation with you that allows you to see I'm who I say I am and not a scammer. But they hand out their phone numbers like it's candy. And I know there are women that are weird out there. Like there are stalker women. I don't understand why they're so free to just give out all their personal information. Like why they feel like that's a good thing. Google voice number. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look it up. Let's just say I'm surprised at how quickly, like, barely any hellos, and they're like, give me a call. And I'm like, I don't want to give you a call. I don't know anything about you. I don't want to give you my phone number. It's like, if they're like, if you can't meet me today for coffee or not, you know, I'm like, if I give you my phone number, you're going to send me dick pics. I just know it. It's the only reason I figure you're so keen to get my phone number in your hot little hands. Aw. Well, you're in recovery. Nobody expects you to jump up and produce a journal in the next couple of days. Good Lord. So I was talking about this with somebody the other night. Maybe it was, I'm so bad at, maybe it was Rose yesterday on the live thingy. But I think I got these all, and I still managed to miss a side. Way to go, Amy. Could just be because it's purple paper and it's hard to see though, right, Amy? Okay. Okay, so let's do this again. Well, I get it. You know, I've seen how it works. I've seen, you know, guys talk about this sort of thing when they go on dating apps. They get harassed a lot themselves, you know, by women who get on there and they're not really, they might not even really be women, but they're basically just scamming for cash, or they're looking for guys who make a lot of money in certain professions and stuff. And so I understand like some people's hesitation. I do. I get it. I would be hesitant too but men don't seem to understand that whatever they're getting harassed at, it's not like the things that men say and do to women. Like, they're always like, well, I would never do that, but they do. And quickly, you know. It's like they feel this burning need, pardon the pun, to send their dick pic to you. Or the new, apparently the underwear pic is the new, what's considered the less offensive version of a dick pic. Like, they're all ready to send you that stuff. my sloppy, scrappy notebooky thing. Okay, that piece is actually a little, dang it. One of these pieces is just a bit too wide. It's this one. Okay, so let's trim that down. Seriously. Get through all the way through that, and one of them is just a bit too wide. And I'm sure there must be nice guys out there. So I'm thinking I need to save up my money a little bit and maybe do the paid service. Maybe I'll find a different quality of person. Or does the person who pays feel more entitled to send you naked pictures, you know? I just don't know. So I'm a little bit burnt out on the whole thing right now. Because it's the same thing over and over again. You get to a point of where I feel like it's decent conversation, and maybe now I'll want to like have a face-to-face conversation. And at the first hint of that is all of a sudden there's some inappropriate thing going on. Like, you can't seriously think that what I'm really asking for at this point is for you to send me a dick pic. Just because I said, you know, I think we could talk on the phone. But they do. And then the whole thing's over. So you've wasted my time and your time, you know? It's the only thing they've got going for them. Oh my. Well, that's a sad commentary on the state of men in 2020. Okay, so what do you think? That's what it's going to look like. And then we've got all our little, and everything's light enough to actually write on. So I'm actually going to bind this off camera, not tonight, because nobody needs to watch me struggle with that, and everybody's seen a basic pamphlet stitch. So I'll just put these together, and we'll work on the cover. Well, it's like you say. So I'm really going to get on a negative tangent with this, and I'm sorry for people all 13 of you in the room that are listening to this. It's like, you know, I put in my profile, I don't respond to people that just say hi or how are you doing, because you haven't put any thought into that. And their rejoinder to that is, I wish I wasn't Robin. Their rejoinder to that is, well, that's what I'd say to somebody if I walked up to them and talked to them in a club or, you know, in a park or whatever. I'm like, but we're not in a club or a park, and you can't just walk up and say hi. Almost all of their profiles don't show anything of any significance. They all just say, I'm a great guy. I've learned that I'm passionate means I want sex right now. That translates directly into, I am going to, at the first opportunity, send you a dick pic. And so they'll have like a one-sentence thing. I'm honest, caring, and passionate, or I love the outdoors. There's like a one-sentence blurb on most of these profiles. Oh, Darla, no. That's a disaster. I'm so sorry. So, you know, but this isn't a club or a bar, so you can't just walk up and say hello. You have to, you know, tell me a little something about yourself, or indicate that you've read my profile a little bit at least. I love the guys that contact you and they say something, but it's like they think that flattering you is the way to go. Hello, beautiful. I saw your profile pic, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I know exactly what I look like. So that shit doesn't work on me. You're not all these where they think flattery is just going to get them right in the door, right? I know you are full of shit. The latest one was that I was emailing with this guy back and forth, and it was actually turning into a pretty decent conversation. And I was at the point where I was like, I think I might want to, have a conversation with this guy or meet him for coffee or something. And I log on one morning. There's a message from him in there. And he's basically said, I've been fantasizing about you. I hope you've been fantasizing about me too. And I'm like, well, first of all, I don't know you at all. I'm intrigued by the conversation we've had. And then I had to tell him, I'm sapiosexual and demisexual. And so I haven't known you well enough to be fantasizing sexually about you. Never heard from him again. It dried out. Oh no, it dried out and got all gloopy. That's no good. Oh, I'm not looking for sympathy. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So we've been talking back and forth for probably close to a month, and I was enjoying the pace at which, but apparently at a month he decided he needed to broach, I told him, no, I don't care if you're fantasizing about me because I can't control that, but I don't want to talk about it. I don't need you to tell me about it. And I never heard from him again. But he's still on there. I didn't block him because I thought maybe he'd come back with some normal conversation if he got rebuffed a little bit like that. I'm just not prepared for that. But he's online, but he doesn't send me messages anymore. Right? So he faked conversation long. So that leads me to, do you even really have any of the same interests as I do? You can't carry on a conversation for more than an hour before you have to get sexual. Because that's about the sum total of they weren't in-depth conversations. We were just mailing back and forth the little things every day. But the sum total of the communication probably would add up to an hour or an hour and a half of actual conversation. Maybe he ran out of terry cloth. I remember that. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. So, okay, so that is ready to be put together. And I will do that off camera and we'll have it ready next time. Oh, we were going to do a cover for that, right? So let's see. Let me grab my images. I get a drink of water while I'm standing up. Drink of water. Yippee. Well, this was Elle's suggestion. She said, basically get yourself out there. You need to meet people. You need to have more friends and stuff. But as much as all these men keep, their profiles all say, oh, I'm looking for the one woman. I'm looking for somebody for the rest of their lives, blah, blah, blah. What they're really looking for is sex. But, I would like to have more friends, and I wouldn't mind seeing somebody on a regular basis. But I've been celibate for a long time. And honestly, I don't know if I want to put an image on the front of this. It would have to be somebody pretty exceptional because maybe just a little one down in the corner, right? A little bitty one. Okay, I think I've got an idea in my head here. Let's try this. Let's see. I just don't, I don't know. It always comes back to, these are guys usually with kids, and a lot of them have daughters, and all I can think of is this is the kind of interaction you want some man to have with your daughter or your sister. And they're always like, no, I wouldn't. Then why is it okay for you to behave that way towards me? Why would you even think that was okay, you know? But this is the crux of the difference, and I said it before, is this is how I think it works for men and women. Women are looking for a relationship, and men are looking for and hope to get to the point of having sex. Men are looking for sex, and maybe that will turn into a relationship, or maybe it won't. But the first and foremost for them is that it should be a sexual. They want to be guaranteed of sex up front before they're even willing to consider a relationship. And I think that's just a fundamental difference in the way men and women look at and I'm not saying it's all guys, but it seems to be a majority of guys on at least this one dating site. And I was on OkCupid before a number of years ago. I tried once before. And I found that it was even more so on OkCupid, and it was, and they were even more blatant, more forward about it. Night, Cat. Thanks for coming in. Okay, I've never tried Meetup, but that's an interesting experience. Is it just wrong to want to meet somebody that you can have a conversation with and go have coffee with every now and then, and maybe that will grow into something else? I don't want to hop into the sack with somebody and hope that a relationship works out. Like, that's not where I'm at in my life. That's not. I realize that men are sometimes more sexual than women. Like that they think about it more often and all that stuff. I'm aware of all the studies, and I've known enough men in my life, but how can they I just don't get it. I guess it's one of those things I don't understand about. Like, I understand it, but I don't understand it. And the other side of it is, if they're not like that, then they have small children, and what they're looking for is somebody to basically take care of their kids. And I've already raised mine, I don't want to be somebody else's. I don't want to raise a second set of somebody else's children because they want to focus on their career or having fun or whatever it is they want to do. I put a little too much glue right there. All right. I'll eventually have to get out a few words and maybe add some words to this, but I think that's going to be my cover. So there we go. We've accomplished that. Now, where did the original thing go? Okay, so let's move this stuff out of the way. Oh, there's a thing. I suppose that's a good thing. In Las Vegas, though, I've got to be honest, I don't know that that's what would happen. That may just be my negativity, though. So there's supposed to be a pocket in the middle, and I don't know if I want to put a pocket there. I kind of like the paper, but what do I want to do? So well, part of the problem is I don't have my own transportation. Like, I have to get there on the bus or whatever. And a lot of these meetups, they're for specific activities, like if you want to go bicycle riding or whatever. And so I don't want to travel or be trapped somewhere that I can't take the bus to go to a meetup. You know what I mean? But it's something to look at. I haven't really, but I'm not feeling the plenty of fish thing right now. I'm like kind of over it because it's the same pattern on a bunch of interactions, and I think that's not cool. I don't think I enjoy that very much. I need to like step away for a hot minute. And that's sad because I haven't really been doing it that long, but I'm already over it. Okay, what kind of pocket do I want there then? Do I want a pocket there? I could put like a little, oh, I think I know what I could do. What kind of paper do I want to use for that? So this is all orange all the way across, maybe. Okay, so how far out do I want to be? How wide is this? Where'd my ruler go? Maybe. My reservation with doing that is that Els is such a big personality, even if she's not looking to, you know, she doesn't looking to find a man or anything like that. Is that she sort of outshines, you know, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I just feel like I become like a third wheel in all of those interactions where I'm just watching it happen. Because I love Els, but she is a very big personality. Okay. It wouldn't have hurt me to figure out the bus system in Las Vegas and start getting around on my own either. You know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, so now I need a long, thin image for this. Yeah, that's true. Yes, everyone does need friends. Not that y'all aren't great, but you know, you're online and there's gotta be a good long skinny image in here. The orange, this one, he's not quite big enough. Like I'd have to cut his ears off and I'd feel bad about that. Maybe let me cut him off and see how much space he takes up. Is this the one you're talking about? Let's cut him off the page and see what happens. Part of his ear is going to get whacked off anyway. Hold on, I'm just tearing around the bottom part now. See how I think of that. Okay. Oh, I've rode the bus, like I have for most of my adult life, actually. Both before I got married and after I got divorced, I didn't really, I don't like in-town driving very much, if I'm honest. People are bananas, so I try and avoid it as much as possible. So I'm not opposed to public transportation. I haven't learned it here, and I'm not entirely comfortable with Las Vegas overall, which maybe is a thing that says a lot about me, but Las Vegas is not really my favorite place in the whole wide world. So this would have to end. I could just wrap that around. What do you think? I think that's a thing. So let's spot on. You don't have to pay for insurance or car upkeep or worry about somebody stealing your car or getting in a car wreck. And I like public transportation a lot. I think I just got out of the habit of going out in public, you know. And now I'm maybe trying to just make excuses for why I can't go out in public. I think if I'm honest, that's really what it's about. Is that I don't want to make the effort because it's easier to not make the effort. And I don't have to worry about getting disappointed or trying or anything like that, right? I think he's working out pretty good here. Let's ink the edges of this other thing. Can't get disappointed if you don't try, right? But I think I just need to start putting myself out there in terms of, even if I just went out for coffee every now and then by myself and I got myself there. Because I do feel guilty when I want to go, you know, I just want to run to the store for something so I just don't ask. And for me right now, it's actually too hot to walk any distance. I reach that point every year in Phoenix too, where I would only go out in the evening or very, very early, catch the early buses, because I can't stand to be out in the middle of the day. It's just too hot for me. My body can't handle it anymore. And so I don't want to be, if I don't have to be, I don't want to be out right in the middle, come on, of the day. Oops, too far over there. And the mask thing is honestly right now not helping, because I see people walking down the street with them on, and I think I can barely stand to wear it in the store until we get to the car. But I guess you would get used to that too, don't you think? You would just get used to wearing the mask. Not a fan of the mask. Oh, I do too, Darla. That's part of the reason, like, I've had a definite, before I even got on Plenty of Fish, I set some definite boundaries for myself, because I would tolerate that kind of behavior out of men. You know, it's one of the reasons I refuse to give out my phone number. Well, one is I don't have one, and I don't want to deal with trying to explain why I don't have one at the moment. But honestly, where's the foldy? So we want to get it close to the foldy thing, but not. Okay. Yeah. I have a lot of trouble with boundaries. Right? And some people make you feel that way, even like, I feel like sometimes people get a sense of that you have trouble with boundaries and saying no, and they'll take advantage of it. Not everyone, because I've had really good friends who are like, I think you're not setting your boundaries. You know, you're wavering on your own boundaries. So I've had good friends like that. But I think there's a certain segment of people, they realize that you have trouble setting boundaries, and they might sometimes take advantage of that with you. But I don't want to become dependent on, you know, it's not fair to either Els or Mike for me to depend on them to get me around all over the place. need to be able to do some things for myself. I am an adult after all. Oh, come on. Let's make sure you're far enough away from the foldy thing. Yeah, you're far enough away from the foldy thing. But I haven't given that a thought. You know, fall's not realistically that far around the corner. And it's not too bad outside. I'm going to start with just taking some walks. That won't get me to meet anybody, but it'll get me more comfortable with going out of the house by myself, which is part of the issue is I'm not, you know, I'm like Els. I have a tendency. I want somebody to go with me. Like, that's just how I am. I like better when I have to go out and people if there's somebody with me. And since I've been here, I haven't really had to people on my own. But my understanding is there's a library not that far from us. I need to figure out where the DMV is and actually go get my damn license or at least go get an ID, you know. I didn't get enough glue down there. So, and it's not Al's job to take me to do all those things. I just need to get off my butt and go do it. All right. This definitely has a kind of fairy theme to it, doesn't it? So instead of putting a pocket down here, because I want to be able to still see some of these effects, I put one over here on the side, and I probably could have ripped this paper along the edge so that there's a little bit of a green border, but I kind of like that. I think if I do this on another one, I'll rip the paper with one of those rulers I have for maybe the decal edge. But you know, this one is a learning on what I want to do. I'm really happy with it, despite the fact that it's backwards, but I'm really liking how it's coming out. I'm pretty happy with it. So we're going to make something to put in there. Maybe a big tag, maybe just like a big and a couple of smaller things to go in there. What do you think? Just make a really big journaling card type tag. With a tab on the side. Ooh, that could be fun. I know for some of the things that are going in the envelopes here, I definitely want them to have little tabs on them. I think that will be fun. Maybe not the one going in here, because there's not a huge, like right before you get here, but this one's going to have more of a, depending on what I put there. So I think I'm liking this so far. You made another side pocket in the middle. Oh, so you made one too. I think sometimes it is a conscious intent. For most people, I think that they just don't realize they're running over your boundaries, because we're all, you know, it's human nature to be kind of me oriented. I didn't know you made one. That's cool. So you put like another one of those slashy pocket things. Yeah, so I think that I'll cut that ahead of time for next time. And wow, look for a picture. Let's see. I had all my lace out the other day. What did I do with it? Because I wanted to put like a little belly band on this one. I have this stuff that I got from Curly. Let's see. Because I love me some Curly stuff. No, I don't like it there, but what if? Okay, that might be good. I think I might put that there. So then I think we need to match on the orange one. Just have a little bit of matchy-matchy going on. So we'll cut one for this envelope as well. So we haven't got a belly band, but we've got another additional element. I think I might coffee dye this lace, though. See how that comes out. I'm very gung-ho on dyeing things right now. Just saying. Just throwing it out there that I a little bit into throwing everything I can into the dye vat and see what happens. Ooh, don't stand up on your own tablet. Don't be silly. I'm not even entirely sure what that's doing down there. Okay, glue. You need some glue, Amy. You need gluey stuff. Sticky thumb. What is that for? I don't know. That's acrylic paint. Well, I have some 3-in-1. That'll work. Okay. Oh, belly band? Okay, that's cool. I like it. I always like to know what other people do. Like, that's exciting to me, how other people interpret a project. Okay, I see. I think she did a good thing. Darla's talented, though. She's got skills. Okay, so let me actually turn this. I got issues. Apparently, I can't talk when I glue either. Okay, let me just smoothie that around without pushing on it any. And there's my piece of lace. Then let's carefully get that lined up along the edge there. And then I'll have to trim the one end off, but don't use your actual. I just bought a new pair of scissors that have nothing at all sticky on them anywhere. And I'm still over here trying to use my sticky scissors. Okay. I like that. All right, let's glue one down onto the green envelope as well. Carla, it took up. It's like turning down the radio so you can see better, right? That's a thing that I've done. I know it's so you can actually concentrate more on what you're trying to do, but the reality of the action is you turn the radio down in the car to see better, which makes no sense at all and is hysterical, but a lot of people do it. Like, shh, I need to see better. Stop talking. No radio. So I feel your logic and I agree with it. Taking your mask off to hear better makes total sense to the way my brain works. I get it. I think it's both funny and, oh, this one's not going to quite go. So we'll just have it a little bit off on either side. I don't want it to bend down right there. Okay, so we just need to trim off a tiny smidge right here without cutting into that envelope. All right. So now if we do the envelope-y thing, I kind of like that. Yes, lace. I rarely put lace in anything in here. I'm like, let's put lace in this. I've lost my mind. Oh, fooey on you, 3-in-1, leaking out the top like that. Glue boogers. We will not be having your glue booger shenanigans. Put the lid back on there before you can glue booger on anything else. Finally, I just made a hand gesture and nodded. I feel you, Carla. I feel you. All right, so that still does not solve the issue of a belly band, but we're one step closer. Now, where did I put my lace? If I were my lace, where would I be? Maybe I stick it back in the drawer. Did I stick it back in the drawer? Because I really want just a piece of cute black lace. I did not put it back in the drawer. Amy, what do you do with your own stuff? Well, here's a bag of lace. Let's see what's going on in here. What kind of fun stuff do we have in here? Eyelet's not going to work for a belly band. That's a piece of lace. That's a dryer sheet. Nope, that's boho. Oh, this could be fun. This is a piece of ribbon. Maybe that'll work. I didn't even think about it. I bought some Halloween-y stuff. I don't know if it's totally in the theme of, let's see if I like this. So here we go. What do you think? Too out of character with the, is that too far away from the images that I'm using? It's also very thin. I might put that on a piece of paper. Anybody have an opinion on whether that works or not, or if I should look for something more in line with the pictures that we're doing? Ooh, what was that? It made a funny noise. You think it works? It's cute and it's small and the envelope is small and then there's the lace. My thing's plugged in. I think I've got the tablet plugged into it to charge because I can't find the outlet right now. It's in the color family. All right, so we're going to go with that then. Let me see if I can get an actual good measurement on this. So just a little bit above the base of this white pointy thing. Okay. Back to the 3-in-1. Okay. So yeah, I'm kind of having a good time with this. I'd like it to be going a little faster, and I keep saying this week I'll have prep time, and I think I just need to set aside some time and specifically prep for doing this because winging it is going too slow. I could be getting this done a lot faster, I think, if I just spent the time to. I almost just glued that to my pants. That's exciting. All right, there it is. Belly band. Belly band. Okay, now I kind of wonder if cute. The death knell. It's cute. Now let me check if I got some graphics printed. Like Els had it up on her screen and she was getting ready to send it to the printer. I'm like, when's it printed? And she showed me and I was like, oh, I need that in my life. And so I was like, if I pay for the shipping, would you get me one too? And I was like, please, 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 please. And she did. Of course, I paid for my own shipping because I'm a big girl. No, it's okay. It's cute. It's only a death knell when it got. One of the messages I got, and it actually amused me about this guy. I kind of wish the conversation had gone on a little bit longer because it did amuse me. The first message he sent me was, I saw, I looked at your profile, and he said, I don't think you're a hag at all. You're kind of cute. And I was like, kind of cute? So I sent him back a message and said, thanks for checking out my profile. That's almost a compliment. And I put a smiley face on it because, it just struck me as kind of not very complimentary. Like, you're almost okay. What do I do with the bag of goodies? It is in a brown paper bag. Amy, where did you set this down at? And that's how the conversation started. It just, it kind of went downhill from there, if we're honest. But it was a cute little first interaction. Oh, Amy, what do you do with your things? I just had my hands on it last night. I showed it to people. What happens is at the end of the night, I have all this stuff on my bed all day long while I'm working on things, and then I pile it all up, and I set it around the, in places where it's safe but not going to be craft-a-lanchy, if that's a thing. And now I don't know where I set this, but I really want to look at those images. Oh, Amy, what do you do with your things? Woo! Ooh, that was exciting. It's like glue flying. Uh-oh, and I'm rolling over envelopes down here. Get off the envelopes. And a piece of paper. Oh, I'm very frustrated at this moment. Okay, we're not going to look at those then. Okay. I've seen Darla's little profile picture. She's a nice looking lady. Okay. I'm feeling like a failure right now. Where did my thing go? Oh, I see it. It's buried under the paper pad. It's just slightly smaller than the paper pad, but I see it under. I see you peeking out under there. I sees you. All right, let's see if there's anything that will work with this theme. I actually don't think there is, but it doesn't hurt to look. So I kind of have this fairy theme going on. But I think some of these will be able to be used in the other ones. Not quite right. Nope. I thought I might be able to cheat on some of the envelopes with a few of these images, but they don't really go with what I've already chosen, I think I'm married to this one book through the end of this journal. You love it all? What's your favorite colors? I wonder if I could get away with that. I think it goes okay with the color theme, but I think it doesn't really go with. So we're married to the book for the time being. But I will definitely use some of these in one of the other two. It was worth a shot. Okay, so. Woohoo. All right, so we want to cover the back of this envelope. I think this might be a good image for that one. Let's cut it at the feet a little bit. Actually, I think I want to rip it. Right there, and use a little bit of so just above the hat. But still in a fairly straight line. And then that fine line between torn edge and oh my God, what happened? I think we got it. I think we got it. Now we'll have to glue on the envelope instead of the picture, but I think I like it. Five different kinds of journals. Ooh. You need fairy skulls. I know, right? I'm sure if I went out and asked her, she'd probably have that. I feel like I go out there and I'm like, hey, do you know if you have any blah, 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 blah? Like one time it was googly eyes. She has googly eyes of every size imaginable. I think she even said out in the garage there's a giant set of googly eyes. So I'm pretty sure I could go out there and go like fairy skulls, and she'd be like, here you go. Or she'd at least point me in the right direction of where I could find them. Let me wave this around. It's still a little wet. You're not, one of these may not be for you because I think one of them I'm going to make totally like gruesome sort of. But it won't be the only thing I make. Most of my stuff is pretty run of the, but I do have some projects coming up then that you definitely will not like, Darla, because they're going to be on the creepier side of life. So right kind of where that crease is in this envelope, I need to not put any glue past that point. Come on. There's a glue snot bubble over the top of it. Of course there is. Let's see, kind of where's the, oops, that went a little over the line, I think. So this doesn't need to go quite out so far. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm creepy all year round, though. I just don't always, like, fly my creepy flag. I don't know if that came out right. I'm sure you know what I meant. I like creepy things. It doesn't just have to be Halloween. Although Halloween brings out, like, the most of my, woohoo, it's time. It's acceptable to be creepy right now. All right. Did I knock it on the ground? I swear if my head wasn't attached, I have to use the one I don't like that came with the, this is my least favorite one. Let's get all those edges stuck down. There's a little spot over here that's totally not gluing down. Let's just go with a little smidge of glue right there. Okay. So that's really just so you can do something a little different with that. So I don't have to. Uh-oh, I may not have ripped that enough. Got it a little too close to the, hold on. Let me see what I can do here. So this needs to be torn just a little tiny smidge. Come on, tear where I need you to. All right, I think that'll work now. Yeah, that'll fold. I didn't think about where the fold was. Well, wish me luck. Now I'm gonna pick this up to try and ink this edge now. Oh dear. Right, not too bad. Yeah, it's not your style of doing things. I get that. I like to watch people do all kinds of things, even things that I'm like, I would never own that, but that is spectacular. Like, you know, as you do in crafting. Because I love to see what other people, you know, take with the, like, Brooke's is totally different from Joie, which is probably totally different from Darla's. Like, you can get the same basic project, a folio thing, and get something completely different out of it from from a bunch of different people. So there we go. We're getting somewhere, right? Now, when we look at the back of this, there's a little more interest happening. We got a belly band over here. Tuck us something in there. It'll have to be something lightweight, though, I think. Belly band's not real tight. Let's see. Let me just stick an envelope in one of these and see how that does when I flip it back and forth. This is not what's going to go here. It's just giving me an idea of what's going to happen when I flip it. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. Well, actually, let's see. What do I have over here that might work? What about something like this? Is probably going to be, well, that's too big. I know I have other stuff over here. And of course, what I want is another regular envelope, and I don't have one. I got music envelopes out the wazoo. Here's that little piece of paper that I had that's too big on one side. But let's see if I like tuck it into the little gluey spot. How does that work? Okay, yeah, that's going to work fine. As long as it's not too heavy, it should be fine. Let's see. So she said Mary doesn't do horror movies or creepy things. I want to try my hand at the square. What is the square? You have a canvas paint. Oh, that's fun. Go up. I think I might have missed whatever started this conversation. Oops. Birds, a cooking one, 2 period pieces. I want to see some of everybody's work. I love to do it. So we know that we're going to put this is going to go in here. Or the smaller one we may actually tuck in over here and make a taller one for over here. So that may actually go into there with a big journaling card. That might be a thing. Depends on how big it is when it's actually done. Because it's going to be thick, I think, and it may need to be in here. But that's how that's working. And then we're going to get a couple of nice cards in here. We need a piece for here too. So maybe I'm looking at what's it going to look like going this way. That's what it's looking like right now. So maybe something with a little bit of color in it. See if I can find a colored image that I like. Oh, I was never able to get into the diamond painting. I know a lot of people are, and I'm not like being rude. I think it's whatever fills your time and you enjoy it. I couldn't get into it. I think because the pieces are so tiny that might be a thing. That I'm not a fan of tiny work. Like, I recognize the mastery in people who make like those little tiny journals and stuff. You have to have a lot of patience for that. Oh no. And I think they're kind of expensive too. They can be kind of pricey. I don't think they absolutely have to be. So we're looking for something that works here. Oh, I wonder if I could get these two trolls in here. They're kind of cool. But one of them would be cut off. Oh, do I want to do that? It's going to be on this other side of the envelope. It's going to be on the... See if I can find something a little bit... Ooh, what about that? See, I think that might work. I think that might be the thing. Let's see. All right, so let's see here. Let's start down on the edge. Let's give this a little fold. Right along there. Right along there. So don't necessarily want to lose all of this guy. So maybe what I will do is tear along the top here. And then start kind of rounding around his little friend right here. I don't know. We may have to choose another image because I might have just ruined the whole effect on this one. No, I think that'll be okay. And then we'll tear along the bottom here. And then we'll just get a tiny little smidge off this other side. See how we like that. Okay. Oh, I think that'll be all right. Yeah, I think so. All right. Big pictures take too long. Well, you wouldn't see, like, you wouldn't feel satisfied with your progress until you were well into it, right? Because it would feel like you couldn't really tell you'd made any progress on something really big. I've seen like really massive ones, and I'm like, somebody has to have a lot of patience for that. And I think that at the core of it, for that sort of thing, I just don't have that kind of patience. I used to love to do jigsaw puzzles, like the really big ones, well, not the really big ones, but ones with lots of pieces. I like the challenge of it, but you have to have space to leave it set up, and you can't have pets because, you know, cats are sometimes giant jackasses. So, all right, I think I'm liking that. I think that's going to be a thing. Hopefully, I think I need to a little bit off this side here. A little bit of his ear is going to go away because it's right on the fold. Right on the fold. Oh, okay. From Wish or AliExpress. You need a break from painting, so you try a little bit of everything. Some mask necklaces. I saw the one you made for yourself. I think that's a neat idea though. And I haven't really seen it like anywhere yet. So you're like ahead of the, I'm sure that's what coming is, Matt, and not just, you know, decorated masks to your personality with fabric chosen that matches kind of your personality or where you work at and stuff like that. I think that blingy things to go with the masks is going to become a thing. And I think that the part that goes around your ears is going to become much more, I think I might have put the glue too far over there, is going to become a thing. Because I think we're going to be wearing them for quite some time to come. Just my 2 cents, though. That I could be wrong. Oops. All right, I need to grab me a baby wipe. I went too far with that glue. Too far. All right, got a little carried away with the glue. All right. So still not 100% sure where my bone folder went to. It's around here somewhere. Thank God for archival glue. Let's just wipe this down a little bit. Get all the shiny glue residue off there. All right. Right now I can spend a minute cleaning all the glue off my fingers because they're covered in glue. You need to get back into your watercolor painting. Oh yeah, it's watercolor and painting. I think, you know, like truly using paints the way they're intended to make actual paintings and stuff. If you don't use those skills, you kind of start to forget some of the basics. I think that's why a lot of people make it a challenge to themselves to do a little bit of arting every day just to keep themselves in practice, even if they're just doing things with basic techniques, because at least you're keeping your skills fresh. And you get in a little bit of arting every day. All right, my hands are clean. I don't know if I can live with that. Oh no. I hate it when people do stuff like that. Like they do something in a moment of ire or rage that ruins something permanently or long term, or gives you a bad feeling every time you go out to work on it, right? I hate that kind of behavior. And I try not to be that way towards, oh, we're missing a little. That frustrates me when people do that. Because it doesn't solve anything in the moment, even if you feel. But I feel like also there's a point at which when people get like that with you, that's a point where you have to be able to walk away. Like you have to get to a point where you can walk. Because once somebody gets there where they think it's okay to destroy something of yours in a fit of rage or whatever, because it makes them feel good to do something shitty to you, because that's a line. It's like hitting somebody. It's a line. Once you cross it, then it becomes a thing they do just to hurt someone. And it's not a commentary on what Carla said. I'm not like trying to tell her what to do or anything. It just, that's where my brain went when she said that. Ooh, a Gone with the Wind scene. I bet so too. Okay, so we're making progress. So this is so far what it looks like going on this side. And that's going to have something that permanently lives there. So I'm okay with that being a little plainer. And then we start flipping it this way. So when it's closed, it's going to look like this will go down on the bottom. and then this, and then that, and then this. So that's what it's going to look like as you open it. You'll be doing like this flippy doodah thing to reveal different things, and then you'll get down to whatever's going to go in here. And this is a pocket on this side, so I'll try and put something a little bit colorful sticking out, maybe with a tabby on it. Maybe a lace tab or a lace and paper tab. I thought that might be your artwork on the Defy website. I wasn't sure. So, I think I might want to line this with something plain to cut back just this one section with some of the paper, but I'm not going to do that this second. I will do that next time, and then we'll glue that down. And I got to figure out something to do with this. Like, not sure there. But so far, I'm liking it, and I think we've reached what I've been on for 2 hours. And so I think we're doing okay. We're making progress. Next time I'm going to have some journaling things ready. I think I want a big journaling card here, a big journaling card here, plus a couple of maybe smaller things. We need things to put in the envelope, so I got to think of some ideas for that. I think we're going to have just a nice size journaling card with rounded corners for this, for right here. And I think maybe a couple of taller, skinnier journaling tags here. The kind that kind of look like bookmarks maybe. But I think that's, so I'll come back with pieces cut and images cut for sure. I'm gonna mark it down on my calendar. I'm gonna take a couple hours after Monday, obviously. But I think I'm happy with how it's coming out. Let's get it all flippied the right way. I like the use of the images from that book. I'm glad I had a whole book of it. Definitely going to put some tabs on things on the top for the tall things and on the sides for the sidey things. I'm liking the way it's coming out. And yes, we would all like to see Darla post more pictures of her work in more places, I'm sure, because I think she's super talented and we don't get enough. We see her in all the boxes being her great moderator self, but, you know, and I know she's got like a job and stuff. She's got like a full plate of things. But if you ever feel like posting something, Darla, I know we'd all love to see it for sure. All right, I'm going to sign off on you guys. Thank you so much for coming in and spending your time with me. I appreciate it. However you guys are spending your days and nights, whatever wonderful things you're working on or whatever time you're spending to get yourself all healed up and stuff, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you deserves it. Darla, I think we all feel that way. This is certainly not original, and it's not even art. It's just a fun journaling thing. Everybody's done stuff like this. Oh, Tammy, you're coming in just as we're going out. I'm so sorry. And we so infrequently get to see you. I really wish you would post some stuff, though. I think that we're going to love it. I think we all tend to see the flaws and how basic we feel our stuff is. And other people are going to go, oh, my God, you know. Well, it's wonderful to see you. Thanks for saying hi to us. And until I see you ladies in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I wish you the happiest of crafting. It's been awesome hanging out with you tonight. Bye, 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 bye. Thanks so much, ladies. The end. Good night, Mary.